Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? What's up?
So part of the thing I like most about my job is driving in my van pool in the morning because it's all people that I work with, and it's not like a conglomeration of other people who maybe's sense of
Okay.
humors, mannerisms aren't as in tune with mine. But the best is that my brother is in the van pool with me, who I also work with, and I'll get in the van and I'll tell my other coworkers, I'm like, oh man, I'm really looking forward to fucking with Nathan today. And one of them, he must have had it in the hopper ready to go. He's like, well, if you really want to fuck with Nathan, just drag a dollar bill down the road, which is funny if you know he's Jewish. Out of context, it's just like a really weird story. But speaking of fucked up things done about the Jews,
Jesus, bro.
I have a lot of really funny things that I like to do. Like one of them is, I think I told you this, I like to underbid homes on Reddit or on Redfin.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring the market down one house at a time. But one of my other favorite things to do is to send videos to our friend Danique that are like, they're like, oh man, this might be like a really cool idea, but you put the German national anthem over top of it because it's like, oh, come on, Germany, like, is sometimes you just can't break old habits, So I sent her a video today. Yeah. It's like a bug kill spray, and it's got like this little housing thing that slides over top of it, so you can like trap the bug and then gas it.
Oh yeah, the raid thing. I saw that. It's like that cone. It's like a fucking cone attack.
I like sending her videos like that with the German national anthem over top of it because it's like,
that's so fucked.
If you don't laugh,
what's the response?
If you don't, oh yeah, she's like, I'm shocked and amazed.
I'm shocked and amazed. I love her.
Yeah,
I love her.
If you don't laugh, it just seems mean.
It's so her responses sometimes are just so professional. You know what I mean? It's like,
oh yeah,
it's great.
Because what are you gonna do? Be like, no, we've never done that before.
Really? It's so, dude, man. It's been. What are you drinking, by the way? Are you drinking?
This is Scotch from the Highlands.
From the Highlands? Did you get it from there? Did you go to Scotland?
I did. Yeah,
last year
I remember when I went to the rugby to watch the Six Nations.
That's right. That was your mental health healing. Trip.
Dude. And I brought back.
No, I mean, I'm being serious. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny.
Oh no, you're 100% right. I definitely. Yeah. I was texting you during the match that I don't really know.
You told me like I need that. You said
I don't know what was going on, but I'm pretty sure I was going to kill myself in the next couple of weeks, and I had this like cathartic experience. I'd only been playing rugby like a year, and I'm not exaggerating. I came back from Africa, not even a year prior. Started playing rugby.
Hold on, for like people that haven't followed us before, how long were you in Africa? Because it'll make more sense.
353 days, but I was deployed 482 altogether.
Yeah, so over a year you were deployed, but you spent almost a full year. What, 12 days shy? 12 days, 2 weeks shy of a full year in country, no break.
No break. I only got there right at the end of COVID.
Which we did 2 episodes. We did 2 episodes.
Yeah, it was tough.
It was hard. The internet was shit there.
The internet was absolute garbage. And the things I say on the show, not entirely perceived very well by the around me. So there's like a built-in censor everywhere I went.
Yeah, it was bad.
I tried doing it in the office, and something about national security. I don't really know. But I came back from that deployment, 400 and something days, 480 days. And I started playing rugby up here in Portland, Maine. And I waited until like the last minute. They had a tour put together. They do one usually every 4 years. And so we were going to go watch Six Nations rugby, Scotland versus Ireland in Edinburgh. And so I waited to the last available day because I'm like, I'm brand new. I'm not trying to take any spots from anybody.
Yeah.
And so I went with the team and a bunch of the older players and their families, and it was a great time. And I don't know what the fuck was going on that I was failing to recognize, but I had this cathartic experience during those 90 minutes of rugby where I was like, oh shit, man. All of a sudden my attitude and my mood and my overall wellness just like spiked. And I was like, I probably would have killed myself in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, it was that
experience.
That was a tough conversation because I wasn't like through the years. You know what I mean? Like we've talked about what we've both dealt with, so it was a very hard conversation for me to hear when you're initiating that conversation. Does that make sense? Because it wasn't like, hey,
you never know where people are at either. And so then to find out where somebody is when you're A, not sure, but B, you don't think it's as bad as it really is. But it was, imagine my surprise sitting there watching fucking rugby being like, oh, turns out it's a lot worse than it really is. Or a lot worse than I thought it was.
Yeah, that's gotta be tough, dude. That's gotta be a tough one in the sense that when you
I-
have that awakening moment is what I guess is a good
Yes.
way to put it. That like that. Because remember, a few years ago, I told you I went through that same thing. I had that like
Right.
the aha moment. Remember, we had a whole
Yeah. The
episode where
aha
I had the
moment.
aha, like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
It's like when you
And,
tell a joke to your therapist and she doesn't laugh.
and you know what's great is I had this conversation with another buddy of mine recently. He asked me, he goes, "Do you go to therapy?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm actually back in weekly therapy every Monday at 1:00. I do it at work. I take my lunch break now."
Nice.
And my therapist through the VA is awesome. I told her, I said, listen, I'm going to be at work, but I want to do this video chat. And I have like a quiet office I can do it in. But I said, it's going to be during my lunch break. She goes, you can eat lunch while we do this. That's totally fine. So like, I'm literally eating lunch and talking to my therapist. And
Nice. Hell
so
yeah, dude.
awesome that I'm doing it again. So I do like 12 sessions and then it's like 3 months off. And then I do another 12 sessions. That's how she does it. So it's, I mean, what, 10 years out now, and I still go. It's I kind of equate it to like an alcoholic in recovery, in the sense that
Odd comparison considering we're both got elevated ABV right now, but go on.
facts. No, in the sense that someone who's trying to stay sober goes to therapy or AA, and they do that to stay sober. I go to therapy to stay in the right frame of mind.
Yeah, that's exactly why I go. And I,
You know what I mean?
told my
Like
therapist when I started, I'm going because, I want it. You need to make sure the machine is working properly.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're just terrible at diagnosing things. So somebody else needs to tell you what's wrong.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. So I went on that trip and thankfully I had a fantastic time, and I got to meet up with an old friend of mine from high school back in the day, which was a Wednesday. And then I brought back $900 in scotch that you will never be able to buy ever again.
I bought $900 in the sky. That's awesome, though.
Yeah, it was 3
But
bottles,
you can't.
and it's delicious.
Okay, so how does that work through customs now? Like, how did you have to? Because you flew over there.
Yeah, I just put it in my check bag.
You didn't have to fill out custom forms or anything like that.
I might have. I was drunk.
I fucking love you, Hugh. Like you're just like I don't give a fuck. Like,
maybe. I mean, if
this
they
is
told
with me all the time.
if I was supposed to, then I did, and if I didn't, somebody else fucked up because there's scotch in my house.
I brought it with me. I'm
shy.
That's fucking great, man. That's fucking great. But no, dude, it's yeah, it's so funny. We were talking in the green room before. I'm like, oh yeah, I never drink. I had a great day at the fucking gun range today. And obviously don't drink and go to the gun range. That's not allowed. Don't do that. But then I picked up some local IPAs. And it's I can't hear you, Hugh. Hugh's microphone went.
Whoops.
You hit the fucking mute
I hit the power button.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to confirm you did not drink at the range.
No.
Okay,
There's a strict no drinking rule at the range. But sometimes you want to.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel
Isn't that like a proper American?
I feel like having a beer or two while shooting a gun would be fun, but I can understand why you're not supposed to do it.
Oh yeah, because we were like in the green room, we were talking. There's sober Billy, and then there's Billy who consume beer. I'm not ugly when I drink. I don't think I am. People have been around me and never.
You're a good looking man, dude. Beer doesn't change
like that. Well, thank you, but not like that, dude. I'm saying I'm not like a shit human being. Like I'm not a dickhead to people.
It's not like the New York comes out of you and it turns out it's extremely racist and anti-Semitic.
Okay. No, that doesn't come. Speaking of New York.
Oh God, thank God. There were 3 things you could have picked. Speaking of.
Yeah. Speaking of New York, it's really funny because, and I know you've heard it before. My youngest daughter. My daughter. I was talking to my brother this morning. And then I drove her to her and her friend to her mom's house today because they're having like a girls' day, which is awesome. My ex is just taking them out. They're having a good day. And Gabby's like, Daddy, your accent's coming out. I was like, I talked to your uncle this morning. She goes,
Oh, that's
that
what it is.
that makes sense.
Tell Uncle Louis we said hello.
Yeah, tell Uncle Frankie what's up. You know what I mean? It's just, and the fact that I've been on this Blue Bloods kick for like,
that's a good show.
it's oh god, dude. I started back at season 1 again 2 days ago. I gotta watch it through again because it's sad. It's over. This is the second half of the season 14 is
all right. Well,
Donnie Wahlberg put a post on
Daddy
his social media. He goes, "It's the last time I'm walking into the studio." I was like, "No,
oh man,
no, Donnie, turn back."
14 years is a long time for any show.
Well, it's funny watching season 1 again, and look at looks totally different. Then you could see when he's going on tour with New Kids on the Block because he got the veneers and he's like all fucking like lined up and clean cut, and I'm like, yeah, that's when he went back on tour, right? That's so fucking funny. It's just funny to watch, but it's a good show. It's Tom Selleck. I'm gonna say this every week until the show's fucking over. It's Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck, man. You can find. I don't know. I feel like if you don't have an appreciation for Tom Selleck,
Nicole, you've been on that kick too long. Pick another show. Thank you.
Yeah, as soon as season 14 is over. Yeah. I don't know if I feel like
that's right. As soon as it's over,
you have to appreciate Tom Selleck, right? Like if you watch like old Magnum PI, that's the length of short that shorts are supposed to be. I don't care what anybody has to say. Above the knee, mid upper thigh,
seal shorts.
Yeah, raise your panties.
Yes, facts.
And like you have to appreciate.
You'll never catch my fat ass in those motherfuckers, though.
Not with that attitude.
Be like, what? What's Billy wearing? Does he have his boxers on? Be like, no, those are actual shorts. Like,
oh, don't be like. It's like when people were like, "How do I look?" Like, oh no, you're beautiful. Like, I didn't ask if I was fucking ugly. I asked how I looked.
I asked how I looked. You fucking clowns. That's different. You're a dick.
Yeah, you know, like it's a Sunday afternoon and you want something to do. Find an old Tom Selleck. He does. I just had the name of the fucking Stone.
Hold on. Do we have to pull up Tom Selleck's shows? Hold on, let me pull him up.
No, it's Jesse Stone movies, and he plays this cop in a rural area. Yeah, and there's like 6 or 7 of them. They're based on books. They're they're low budget. He's he's a detective in this rural town and what have you. They're fucking fun to watch, man. Like, if you're like, I just want a little Tom Selleck, with the womb broom and the murder mystery, like
the womb broom, that mustache, bro, the fucking flavor saver he's got, dude.
I heard people in the 80s got pregnant just by getting too close to it. That's what I heard.
I wouldn't doubt that, dude.
That's what I heard.
So my daughters have been on watching Friends because it's on, I think, fucking Netflix or whatever.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that he's in that show.
Yeah. He plays,
and he looks so young, dude.
He plays a dentist, and he dates Monica for like half a season.
Okay, the fact that you're name dropping characters in that show is we're gonna have a fucking talk.
Dude, I love that show. I've seen that show many times, many times.
Episodes, fleeting moments of episodes here and there.
Richard Burke, that's his character's name, Dr. Richard Burke.
Why do you know all that information?
I've seen it a lot.
Oh my God.
Nicole, you think he's watched too much Blue Bloods? I have seen Friends is like the deployment show for me. You know what I mean? Like the thing you're going to watch it at least once on a deployment, except turn deployment into season. And every season of the year, I watch that show.
Jesus. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah. I like it.
So go ahead.
After you, please.
No, I was going to say, I know we never talk about politics and religion, but I want to say that someone tried to real quick assassinate former President Donald Trump today. They're literally calling it an assassination attempt because they shot directly at him.
That's a ballsy move.
But dude, it's gonna.
That was today, right?
Like in less than an hour ago, or an hour ago.
I just saw that
he got shot. He got shot in the ear.
An assassination attempt. I am super looking forward to the information to come out because that is whatever your views are, attempting to assassinate a former president is a fucking ballsy move.
Yeah, it goes back to a comment I made a few episodes ago where it's really dumb to try to commit crimes nowadays because it's not like you're going to get caught. Like,
Oh, yeah.
the advances in technology are
Yeah.
like these things.
Somebody's got a video.
They're going to find the
find
video.
the
And if you're
trajectory. They're going to find the window. They're going to find fibers. They're going to find what store it was from. They're going to find him on camera.
Yes.
He's going to be on camera at 2 different locations. They're going to confirm him, and that's going to be the person.
Yeah, and it's just so stupid. Like, I think criminals are. It's almost like technology is advancing and criminals are getting dumber. That's what it feels like.
I mean, I know that
they just don't give a shit.
I heard some people say something similar about terrorists that during the drawdown, they're like, when we were like losing more people, it's like, well, yeah, we killed all the dumb ones, so now the only ones left are the smart ones.
Facts. Yeah, so it's just I don't know. It's
kind of
I just wanted to say that. I just want to say that because I think it's the first attempt at a president or former president in a very long time. I mean, besides when George Bush got fucking shoes hurled at him. Remember that when he got I think he was in the Middle East doing a press conference with one of the ministers or something over in the Middle East, and he got a shoe hurled at his face. Who throws
a shoe, honestly?
Yeah. So it was.
Oh, it looks like maybe there are more attempts than we realize. But
really,
May 23, this person, a 19-year-old from St. Louis, drove a rented box truck into a barrier that separated White House guards from the public. Grounds from the public. Shortly thereafter, he was taken into custody and was found to have a Nazi flag in his truck. He expressed admiration for the
Nazi
Third Reich.
Flag?
Expressed admiration for the Third Reich, and his intentions were to, quote, kill the president and, quote, seize power.
Seize power.
That was President Biden.
That's okay. Wasn't aware of that.
Right?
Kill the president and seize power. That's what it said. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
crazy. This is just
that's crazy, right? Like,
I'm not just Wikipedia, so it's not like it's
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Amazing information, but it looks like from like 2016 back to 2013 was like the most recent large gap of attempts.
Yeah. See, there's shit you just don't hear about.
Yeah. Like, for President Obama, a plot to assassinate him was discovered. So,
yeah,
that's stuff we don't need to know about. I'm okay with that. That's still wild to think about. Somebody got all the way to the point. Do they know if it was a handgun or a rifle?
I'm not sure yet. Because it's a hand. So to be honest, it happened, and we were getting ready for the show today.
Right.
So it's like I haven't had a chance to really go in and look, like, see what's going on.
I know you and I are thinking the same two things. If it was a handgun, he was within 50 meters, in and around 50 meters, which is close. That's close.
Yeah.
And then if it was a rifle, it could be 1,500 yards, maximum 1,500 yards. That's a lot. So the amount of equipment it would take to get up to that distance. So if you were closer, getting into that angle, getting into that position, I know not everybody goes through the same kind of training in their military time or the Department of Defense service time. However, there are 6 steps to the terrorist planning process. So nobody just wakes up one day and goes, today's the day. I'm going to go do this. You scout your area. You have to plan. You do your recon. You do test runs, Yeah. So
there's a lot that goes into.
There's a lot of planning that goes into eventually getting to the point where you pull the trigger.
Yes,
kind of interesting.
It's this whole. I don't know, man.
Yeah, We'll have to wait and see what comes out.
Well,
not tomorrow, but like in a few weeks when like all the crap has been,
really
pushed aside, and we like get actually.
It's the one thing I do want to talk about. You know what I mean? Because it's just very funny. I don't know, because we started streaming the show just right when COVID started.
Right when COVID got really fun.
Yeah, just when it started. Like I think we started right at the mask mandates.
That's about right.
And God, I want to really. I'm gonna put this up. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he's the fucking worst because he knows that I would have said the exact same fucking thing. He knows on the 4th of July, somebody said kilometers per hour, and I said it's cheeseburger per bald eagle. All right, calm down.
Cheeseburger per bald eagle. But it's
That's the guy who told me to go get him a standard adjustable wrench and not a metric one time.
That's fun. Oh, and this is why they made beer. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that doesn't
Speaking
come
of
up in there.
beer.
How are your parents? Something about a standard and a metric adjustable wrench doesn't come
Yeah.
up ever.
Oh, well, that's a good one right here.
What is that one? What do you have?
So this is a local beer, local brewery, Deep River Brewing. It's called Mango Tango Foxtrot. It's an IPA. I only drink IPAs. If I drink
I get it. You're gay.
craft beer, yeah, it's just total booty love. Yep, that's what it is. I go in there. I'm like, hey, if I let you peg me, will I get like a discount? And they're just like, no.
Unrelated, but I had
love. There's very few things that make you feel awkward, and I could hit them, and it's fucking great because you're like, oh, he said it out loud on the show. Why did he do this?
Unrelated, but I had to explain to a coworker what a butt chug was, which is weird because like we were in the middle of maintenance.
Oh, fuck.
What
the fuck?
He's like, "What's a butt chug?" I'm like, "Are you asking for like because you don't know or because you're doing research?
Is this like what am I doing
Did
Saturday?
you hear it?
Or
Like,
just
what's
curious?
the context? What's the context here?" So that was a good Tuesday.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
And so that one Saturday in Tijuana was a little weird. Like,
right? Billy and I weren't friends after that.
Yeah, we stopped talking for about 4 months. It was awkward.
So I came back from San Diego recently, and I don't know if you've been to San Diego, but it sucks.
Yeah. Yes. California sucks.
So I was doing some research.
On what? You're not moving out there, are you?
No, fuck no, I'm not moving out there. I'm not a dirty commie. I like my guns.
Not a dirty commie.
Dude, you can shit in the roads in California,
It's so bad out
and they
there,
cannot clean it up because it's considered property of the person. There are just whole overpasses that are closed down. They have fucking tent cities.
But there's like literally. So I haven't been there in years. It's about been. When did I go? When did I go on that trip? 2021?
Yeah, it's been about 3 years.
Are they like just smoking weed walking down the street now?
Yeah, but you can do that in DC.
Yeah, but I feel like California's different. I don't know.
I did think it was weird though in DC because, like, hold on, you tell me I can't carry a gun in my nation's capital, but I can smoke weed? And don't get me wrong.
Same thing in California. Same thing in California.
You know that we're supporters of drugs winning the war on drugs. However, I just kind of feel like I should be carrying a gun in my nation's capital. Think of all those congressmen trying to take my stuff.
It's so bad, dude.
I'm not condoning shooting your congressman. Writing them for sure, but don't shoot your congressman.
No,
don't shoot anybody. No. So I don't know about everybody.
No.
Like
I said anybody. I said anybody. I didn't say everybody.
No, I feel the same way. Don't shoot anybody. Some people probably have it coming. Not everybody is created equal. Some people are worse than others. Maybe they have it coming. You don't know.
But we're trained to make those judgment calls.
You said something that made me think of like another story about California, and they were shitting in the roads, and you couldn't clean it up. You hadn't been there in a few. It'll come back to me later. But anyways, so I started doing some research. So in case you don't know, most people know that San Diego is crowded, ton of military, right? 7.4% of the population of San Diego is military or families. Okay, that's 118,000 service members and 110,000 family members, which equates to about 4% of the United States military lives in San Diego alone. 4%. And I think the
Seriously?
and I think the next highest is Norfolk at like 3.9. So I remember, if you don't, you should go follow Mill Mama on the Run.
Mill Mama on the Run?
Yeah, if you can go to her Instagram and put it in there to make sure that I don't misspell it, please.
Yeah, hold on. Give me 1 second.
She is a lieutenant
You're
commander.
going to make me actually be a producer? Thanks.
Please and thank you. She's a lieutenant commander. She's fucking awesome. She just did the Yale SOM study program, but she was talking about housing issue in San Diego. So if your recruiter did their job, then you picked a great job. a great rate and you have a ton of opportunity. But what is most likely happen is that your recruiter is a terrible, terrible devil spawn, and he made you one of 4 rates, and you're getting stationed in San Diego. So we're sending these like E4 and below to San Diego. Where the fuck are you going to stay? Oh, well, they can stay in the barracks. Probably not. If there's 118,000 fucking people, like there's not enough barracks in San Diego to accommodate all these junior personnel, right? And the housing allowance is not enough to accommodate all these people coming in from all these branches. A buddy of mine lives out there in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment in a gated community, something like 40 minutes. Yes, this is her. If you do not follow her, you should 100% go follow her. She's a fantastic content creator. She talks about how to balance the military and college and family, talks about her own struggles.
This looks like some quality content.
She is fantastic, and she collaborates with a lot of other really great military personnel. She's awesome. So my buddy lives in a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house, 40 minutes from his work, in an apartment complex. He pays just shy of $3,000 a month.
Wow.
Yeah. Motherfuckers don't make $3,000 in housing allowance to be single junior sailors out in San Diego. It just doesn't happen. So recently they're talking about, they're talking about giving like a 20% pay raise to E4 and below. And I think does it go to the House first or the Senate? I think it goes to the House first. Somebody who knows.
I've drank too much.
Somebody who knows. It passed the first one, so it's at the second one.
I think it's the House.
Maybe it won't get past. The 5% I think is supposed to happen, but they're talking about an extra 15% for E4 and below to make up that cost of living adjustment. But you look at the cost of living. Go away, fly. You look at the cost of living adjustment over the past however many decades. House then Senate. Thank you, Nicole. You're the real MVP. I don't care what Billy says about you. If you look at my brother, he's been working at the.
She beat me to it. She beat me to it. I saw that. So the reason you saw me talking and it was muted, I went, "Hey Google, can you?" That was asking a question.
Yeah, nice.
Thanks,
Nicole.
Thank you, Nicole.
So my brother's been working at the shipyard for 15 years, and he was telling his wife his take-home pay really has not changed in 15 years because of the cost of inflation.
Yeah.
He started making $20 an hour. Now he makes over 40, but his take home is the same amount after taxes and deductions and everything. So we're sending E4 and below to some of the most populated locations, some of the highest tourist rated destinations, some of the most densely military populated locations. How are they fucking going to live? Thank you for asking. So military updates for this year. Army Sergeant Major of the Army, Michael Weimer, said, quote, "We're committed to supporting those soldiers and their families being cohesive teams across the Army and ensuring we are fostering a safe and professional climate that starts with building positive quality of life on multiple fronts, not Fort Hood. Permanent party barracks investment. In 2021, the Army invested $718 million. Next year, it's $1.5 billion in barracks updates.
Holy shit, dude.
The budget includes 1,600 beds at 8 locations, including Fort Johnson, Fort Leonard Wood, Joint Base Lewis McChord, Joint Base Meyer Henderson Hall, Smith Barracks, and 2 at Barton Barracks in Germany, Fort Buchanan in Puerto Rico, and Parks Reserve Forces Training Area in California. So 1,600 beds does not sound like a whole lot. And I remember 10 years ago or so when I went out.
A quarter of a carrier.
Yeah.
That's it.
For barracks. Yeah. So when I went on my second deployment, I had a Jack and Jill set up at in Mississippi. So I had a room.
Yeah.
Right. And I shared a bathroom.
Bathroom door on each side. Yeah.
Well, the next time I went down there, they were renovating it because some higher organization was like, these are adults. They need to be able to have their own fucking bathrooms. So half the fucking rooms went away, which was fine. Like I was comfortable, but it really got me thinking, like, if they're doing this all over the place, how many rooms are we losing? And how are we going to continue to house people? Because we weren't building new buildings at the time.
Yeah.
So 1,600 beds ain't a lot. It's great. Don't get me wrong. Some is always better than none.
See, when I was in Masawa, I had the Jack and Jill bathroom, but one side was my living room and the other side was my bedroom.
Yeah. So
And
that's
then
what it is now.
They did the reverse. They're like, no, you motherfuckers are sharing. And I'm like, how the fuck are you going to have me out here on a 2-year unaccompanied tour?
Right.
And then 3 months before I'm supposed to transfer, you're going to tell me
as a voting member of society.
Yeah. And then
it's not a summer camp.
Facts. Fuck these people. And then you got to tell me I got to fucking share his bathroom with some fucking Twidget motherfucker that works at fucking CTF 70, whatever the fuck. And he's like locked in a fucking room doing like, oh God, fucking hacking China. Fuck you.
Know what I'm fucking saying?
You little geek fuck.
Anyway, so this also includes the Army. This update also includes moving the barracks manager position from a soldier's collateral duty to a professional staff position. They used to make a soldier who probably had to live in the barracks. So he's probably like an E4.
Yes.
Maybe an E5. Had to be in charge of the barracks.
Shitbag E5.
Even if he was a good E5, do you want that job? Do you want to be the person who has to go around to the fucking
barracks
E4
PO?
parties in the barracks?
The barracks PO?
No. Hey,
No.
guys, you got to cut it out. It's too loud. Hey, is that alcohol? You guys
you're going to be the
where all these hookers and blow come from?
Besides the master at arms, you're going to be one of the most hated people in the fucking barracks because, I was told by so many other sailors, it's really fucked up. The MA should just have their own barracks and they don't bother us. I was like, no, we got to keep you dumb cocksuckers in line.
We're here because you all can't be trusted.
Yeah, we had a kid light.
I'm not I'm cool. I'm not a master at arms.
Fuck you. I'm retired, so I don't give a shit. Eat dicks. Anyway, fucker. We had a kid in the fourth floor, light a mattress on fire from the lounge and throw it the fuck out the window into the courtyard.
Everything about that sounds right. Nothing
quality. It was, dude. It was like it was like prison. Like
seriously,
it was like
a riot. It's like the Last Castle all over again.
Yeah, it was retarded, dude. I'm like,
so this also includes improving family housing. 4 construction projects, including 84 new housing units in Belgium. Thank God I wrote Belgium because I did not know how to pronounce this city. 54 replacement housing units in Baumholder, 35 renovated units at Camp Zama in Japan, and an equity investment for the improvement
of where's that? That's got to be in this
Japan.
No, where in Japan, dickhead? Is that
near? It's in Japan. That's what I know. It's in Japan. That's what I can. Does your computer not get the internet?
I'm gonna fuck you up.
And an equity investment for the improvement of privatized housing inventory at Fort Eisenhower, Georgia. And they got like a ton. Like they're inducing. That ain't the right word. They're improving childcare. Spousal employment and mental and physical health investments all across the U.S. Army. So I found some stuff on the Marine Corps, but honestly, part of me just kind of thinks that Marine Corps higher-ups want their people to suffer to build character. But it sounds like the Army is at least making a pretty decent investment. I think the Navy is trying to do something, but every time I turn around and look at a Navy building, I'm like, oh, look, a third contractor is working on this building. That's cool. That's all right. But I will say this. I want to say this about housing as well. So I work with a couple of the sailors over at the shipyard here, and I was asking them about housing because the shipyard employs something like 7,500 personnel. They've got tons of construction projects going, so there's no fucking parking. So some people are getting on base at 4:30 for a 6:30 start time just to get a good parking spot.
Quality of life is shit when you
know what I'm saying, dude. So check family housing, right? Balfour Beatty is the shittiest fucking company that has ever existed on this planet.
Yeah, and I hope I hope one of them fucking sees this and they can literally suck a bag of elephant dicks.
When I went on my first MOB, first one, 2010, they had housing on CBC Gulfport. They had they had four condos per building, and each condo could house 5 people. So there wasn't enough barrack space, obviously, for a whole battalion. This was like 600 people back then.
Okay.
So
I don't know what is happening. Hughes,
they were charging
right now. It is going in and out.
$1,000 a person per unit.
$1,000 per person a unit,
making $20,000
Hugh, are you good? Yeah, I think Hugh's internet is going out. Let's see. Yeah, Hugh's definitely. We lost Hugh for a second. I'm gonna wait for him to kick back in.
Is that me?
Yeah, I think it's you. Can you hear me, brother? Yeah, this is the one part. Yeah, we lost Hugh for a second. That's okay though. So what Hugh was talking about is the barracks have always, really been like such a huge issue, especially the quality of life. Quality of life in the barracks is it's so trash sometimes. It's just between the mold, which is just so bad. I've had stories of sailors and soldiers just getting horribly sick, absolutely horribly sick, because of the quality of the barracks. But what they need to do is they're just, there's not enough funding, and they're just not getting to it the way they need to get to it. But that's okay. It happens. It's part of the fucking military life. It's not good for us. A lot of sailors live out in town. Yeah, right, Nicole, we got to unplug him and plug him back in. He's a fucking robot. That's what it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go in here. Let's fucking see. Let's see if we can get fucking Hugh back in this, back on this show, because for those that don't know or just join us, maybe this is your first time watching Liberty Risk. We've been doing this since, 2020, and Hugh and I actually stream from different locations. So we use some awesome software called StreamYard. It's been such a go-to for us for years. I was actually lucky to get in when it was very very new to everybody. And let's see. Let's get Hugh back in this motherfucker. Where is Hugh? Where is Hugh? We're gonna make some songs and saying, where is Hugh? Hugh, where the fuck are you? Where the fuck are you, Hugh? There we go. Right? That's a catchy fucking tune. I'll be in the fucking top 10 on iTunes here by the end of the week. Don't even doubt that shit. All right, Hugh. Where the fuck are you, Hugh? All right, let's find him. Here we go. What should I do? Should I text him? Should I Facebook Messenger him? Like, what do you guys think would be the quickest way to get to him? Where is you? That's right. Christine, you're totally right. Like, that is the question. Where is you? Because I'm just fucking sitting here talking to myself at this point. It's fucking. Ooh, hold on. We got a message. He said he's working on it, folks. So I'm just gonna fucking hear dance. Speaking of Christine, I want to know, Christine, what have you been up to? What's going on with the magazine? For those that don't know, what's going on with the magazine? Who's on the cover for your next publication coming out? That's what I want to know. Who is on the cover for the next publication coming out on At Ease magazine? So Christine's been a good friend of ours for years. If you don't know, actually, I'm going to pull it up. Ooh, hold on. I think I got Hugh back.
I'm plugging back in.
Nicole did that. Hey, what's going on, brother? It's good to have you here. Thanks for joining the show.
Yeah. So yeah, Balfour Beatty can suck it. So 5 people per unit, 4 units per building. They're making $20,000 a month off of us during this pre-mob, and there was like 20 or 30 units.
Hold on real quick before you get back into that, because we were talking about Christine and Addie's magazine. So
nice. Great
summer
magazine.
cover is Ryan Weaver. He's a combat aviator, 2 gold star brother, and country artist. Perfect. So
Hell
I'm going to put
yeah.
that while you're talking about that. I'm going to pull up the At Ease magazine website so everyone can see that. Because I was saying Christine's been a long time friend of ours.
Absolutely. So I got back from that deployment. Went on my second one like a year and a half later. Those buildings were all gone. Balfour Beatty had built another fucking set of buildings somewhere else on the base. Fast forward, these sailors here. Hi, Christine. These sailors here, right? If they go into sorry, I'll get back into this here in a second. Nice. At Ease Veteran Magazine. Ryan Weaver for the cover, huh? Hell yeah. Ooh, patch ops. I like patches. I like making the civilians wonder what I'm talking about. Hell yeah! If you haven't got your subscription to At Ease, 96 pages. It is a thick beast. It is not your parents. Oh man, what do they used to call those little magazines that would show up? Like, not a leaflet, but somebody will know. Somebody will help me out.
But no, Christine does amazing work with this. It's a high quality magazine. It's completely veteran based. You can see right here all the stuff coming up in the summer edition. It's good stuff. We've had Christine on before with us. We've 96 pages now. 96 page magazine. You pay 68, but what comes out quarterly, right, Christine? Remind me, quarterly.
Pretty sure it is quarterly.
Yes, I think it's quarterly.
It's all resources. It's stories. It's events.
Yeah, quarterly. She said yes.
Fantastic magazine.
Yeah, no, she's good people too. She's just a good quality human being who gives back to the veteran community like we try to do the best we possibly can.
Absolutely.
So we always want to give praise to those that do that. So anyway, back to
Balfour Beatty here. These sons of bitches, fucking whores. So the sailors here, if the single sailors go into housing here, I think it's like the pet.
Where's here?
Like, up here in Maine. No, it's not Reader's Digest. It's like a periodical. Like it's like your grandmother's periodical, you know, the quarterly things that would come out. Although Reader's Digest was a good one.
Reader's Digest.
These guys are paying like $700 for pet fees.
What?
Yeah.
That's not allowed.
I don't know, man. And then so if you're a family, I'm sorry. They charge whatever fair market rate is, which is $700 more than single E5 BAH. So E5s and below are paying more out of pocket, or they have out of pocket expenses to have housing. And housing does not include utilities and any of that other stuff. And then if you have a family, because they have the internet, they charge you whatever your ranks payout is.
So that's one thing that's fucked up about housing in general is like, so you could be a fucking 06 and live in housing and they're taking all your fucking housing.
Balfour Beatty is raking these people over the fucking coals.
Oh
and
yeah.
And
the government's letting it happen.
Well, and it's not like this. It's not like you're stationed at these places that have an abundance of places to live. You know what I mean? San Diego, Norfolk, Jacksonville, Bayport, Kings Bay, Corpus, Bremerton, Everett, Portsmouth, Charlotte. Pick one.
Yeah.
They're so densely populated military industrial complexes. There are not people who are moving in and out of there often enough for a sailor to find adequate housing all the time. And then if you're not going there, if you're going to some shithole tiny location, well, people don't leave those locations. People don't leave rural, sparsely populated places.
The whole thing with that too is like when I was stationed at Mayport. It's funny you brought Mayport up. Like they have on base housing. I don't know if I think they still do, but anyway,
they do, and they're nice
and they're gorgeous. And it's one of the few bases left that has on base housing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, to actually live on base.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, hold on one second. My fucking kids are texting me.
Ew. I do think Mayport recently built or renovated one of their barracks buildings, though, too. Mayport is actually, I mean, I don't know if they're still talking about it, but at one time they were talking about dredging enough of the water to put a aircraft carrier pierside. You have to be able to house those people somewhere.
Yeah, so like Mayport was So my point was, sorry, I apologize
You're good.
everyone when I paused. My daughter was texting me. That always takes priority. Anyway, Mayport, there's people I know there. What they do is they just go from shoreside to shipside, shoreside to shipside, and they've been there for Navy almost their whole fucking career, and then they just move back out into Jacksonville when they retire. So it's like when you're saying like there's no housing, it's like legit because there's fuckers that are just there
all the time,
all the fucking
and
time.
so like it's kind of it's two-sided because if you're join the Navy, travel the world, okay, well to do that, maybe you don't always go get a family immediately because it costs to move a family. It's cheaper to make you go seashore in the same location. This is, of course, the Navy.
Hence, I was an East Coast sailor my entire fucking career, with exception of Japan.
In the Seabees, if you're going to battalion, the big green weenie, which you should your first career, in my opinion, they're in Gulfport and Port Hueneme. So if you want to go
Port Hueneme, you know, I went out there on my trip in 2021 because I fucking called you, dude. You were like, holy shit,
fun.
I was at the fucking CB headquarters, and that base is fucking the bomb.com, bro. That base is fucking tits.
And guess what?
I got invited to the Chiefs Club.
That's nice. That's pretty cool.
Bro, I had this Master Chief, the CB Master Chief. I love, and I think that's why we get along. It's because the Master in Arms rate, once after 9/11, started doing that combat stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it melded very well with the CBs because when we went on deployments and stuff to the Middle East, we had CB reservist units that would attach to us because we were literally building up fucking bases and shit overseas.
Yeah.
So we got along with you guys because we were all doing the same shit. Because there's very few people that used to wear those old fucking Vietnam CCUs.
Oh yeah,
that was our standard what I'm talking
uniform.
about.
That was our standard DCUs and CCUs.
I tell friends when you're walking around base in the early 2000s, there was very few people. There was either SEALs, CBs, or Master at Arms that wore those three rates that wore that fucking old green camo. So it was very cliquish. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, our motto is we build, we fight.
Right. And when I got invited to the fucking Chiefs Club at Port Hueneme, where there's the fucking CB museum, to me, that was such an honor.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because they don't invite outsiders.
Not very often.
No.
You have to be escorted.
I'm wearing a badge.
You have to be escorted in.
Oh, I was.
Yeah.
And they were like,
it's a whole deal. And it's a whole deal because like people are looking at you like,
Oh, I had a Master Chief come up to me. He's like, who are you? He's like, who are you with? And I told him, and he goes, oh, so then you're good people. That was his exact thing. He goes, then you're good people. I said, I don't know, Master Chief, you tell me. He goes, well, you step through those front fucking doors, so you must be. Yep. And I went, oh, shit. Like, it's one of those very few, like.
That's cool to have experiences like that.
It was. It was such, being an East Coast sailor, I never got to experience the West Coast, because East Coast Navy and West Coast Navy.
It's a whole different world.
It's two different fucking navies. And to feel that West Coast, what they do out there, even though I was there for a week on base, it was such a great experience to see that side of the Navy that I didn't always get to see.
Yeah.
And I got to experience it, and I made some really cool friends. Just good connections, just good networking. You know what I mean? That it was an awesome experience. Port Hueneme is probably one of the best bases in the military.
Oh yeah,
hands down. One of the best bases
funny,
out of all the branches.
That Chiefs mess is right next to all the battalion spaces.
Yeah,
right across the street is a schoolhouse. Right across the other street is a schoolhouse, and right across the other street is group. You can spend your entire career on Port Hueneme, going from sea to shore.
Yeah, Bayport, same thing. You can go from,
and when you in the CBs, at least when you deploy, your family's there. You're only gone for 6 months. It's not like you're not at sea. No, like traditionally.
No, because you're ground tour, you're ground pounders. Yeah.
So, like you said, you go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, or, like a lot of people stereotypically. You fucking start a family in the first 4 years. So you buy the house. That's one down. That's one more house that is not ever going to be available for somebody to rent or to stay in who maybe is going to have a hopping tour. So the
Yeah, I feel
housing
like there's
situation is abundantly atrocious,
yeah.
and we're getting
Yeah.
and I gotta feel like it's coming to a tipping point because I remember a couple years ago, the government gave a contract to one company to move everyone. That contract doesn't exist anymore. That was a
Yeah.
fucking shit show.
It was
An
horrible, dude. I was part of that.
absolute
Yeah, I was
atrocity.
part of that. It was
Yeah.
fucking
In the
my
last 5
shit was half my
No,
housing
no, no,
shit
no,
was
no.
fucked
No,
up.
this was in the last, like, 6 to 7 years. There was a single company doing all the moving nationally and internationally, and it went on it
Oh, I
happened for
thought you were
yeah,
talking about
do you
just
remember that?
stateside. Just
Yeah,
stateside.
no, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
it went so poorly. So I gotta
You
believe
know
that
why? Because
housing is coming to
they
a
put a
fucking
bid
head.
they put a bid acquisition on, was it the GSA, whatever the fuck that
I
site
can't
is?
remember what the website is, but yeah,
And that
you
fucking company, I remember that shit. That company won the bid, and then they fucked it, dude. Like
yeah.
people's housing shit was missing for a year
Mhm.
or more. Like imagine your whole everything in your house.
As if life
I don't think
already isn't
civilians
fucking trouble enough. Now all your shit is just
is just gone.
displaced and they don't know where.
And what they do is they put it in, was it like makeshift boxes, and then they
Mhm.
store it at the storage facility at one of their fucking sites.
Well,
And
we
it's
don't know.
got
We're looking for
it's
it.
got a number spray painted on the side of it, and it's sitting out exposed in the
Yeah.
elements.
Like it's goddamn Indiana Jones and the
Yeah, it was
Raiders of
bad,
the
dude.
Lost
It was
Ark.
bad. That was a huge thing, but just the gross spending by the military alone is just fucking so absurd. You know what I mean? And you know that. You know, because especially when you hit a certain rank, like when I think when you hit
Titty sweat
E6
going
or
on
above,
here.
you start.
Fucking hot.
You got titty sweat.
Titty
Is
sweat
that
is
what,
hot up here, man. It's 91 degrees in this bitch.
in
Sorry.
the house?
Well, no, outside.
Oh, okay. Well, you guys don't have central air. We discussed that last week.
It's a big bummer for me.
Fucking what do you guys call yourselves? Mainers?
Manas.
Mainers. They Mainers
Mainers.
over there.
Mainers.
The Mainers.
Yeah. Sorry, you were saying atrocious
No,
spending.
just you know, once you hit a certain rank, you start seeing, you know, purchase requests, you know, purchase orders and stuff like that, or you're putting them in yourself. You know what I mean, for certain stuff within your department or your division and stuff. Like I've done a few of them, and it's dude, the money we spend on shit, like a fucking when we were using the Beretta service pistol, because they don't use those anymore, do they?
No, some people still have them, but no, now they all have SIG.
Okay, so let's just say a SIG 9, right? For like a 365 or a 320, whatever, 9mm fucking magazine.
Yeah.
You go to fucking Cabela's, get it for $40. You buy
Right.
through the military, it's $400 per magazine.
Dude,
Like,
and it's fucking terrible when they
fucking
tell you,
insane.
like, oh, you need to use preferred vendors and you need to try to order it through GSA. And I'm like, first of all, the Yuda in me refuses to overpay. So fuck your preferred vendors. Yo, Nicole, you ain't relying, man. It's fucking bad. Like, I love the summertime, but even I'm like, fuck, bring back the
Nicole
winter.
said, "You no AC, you poor, no central air, you poor."
I can always put clothes on. At some point, take off too many clothes and I'm gonna start watching where I go.
No one wants to see that shit, dude.
Nah, you ain't wrong. But yeah, I'm like, yo, fuck your preferred vendor. Like, hey, I need parts for like Caterpillar as an example. I need Caterpillar parts, and maybe there isn't a cheaper brand available. Like, well, you know, we need to source and go through contract and this, that, and the other. That fucking costs money, sourcing it out and paying people to write all that stuff. No, it's a fucking filter.
Yeah,
I can just
it's
swipe
so
the
bad.
purchase card.
So when I was an engineer, my first couple of years in, when I was an engineer, we're actually down in the engine room, and we needed these special wrenches for the fucking, because I was a gas turbine tech, so we needed these special wrenches.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were looking them up on the internet, and they were like $200 or $300 because they were specialty wrenches for the fucking couplings, right?
Yeah.
I was an E4, and I was with my buddy who was an E4, and we're inside the module, and my fucking E6 comes in, and he's fucking just fuming. He's like, "This shit, fucking son of a bitch." I was just like, "What?" He's like, "You know how we ordered all those wrenches?" I said, "Yeah, what is it?" $10,000 each. We needed 4 of them.
Yeah.
$40,000.
Yeah.
Because those specialized vendors were like, "Watch me take my 25-foot dick and shove it up the Navy's ass." Because because they won that bid contract, And now they can charge whatever the fuck they want because there's no discount shit on those big contracts. Like when I do through my company, when I put in bids with certain states, we have to give certain percentage off.
Right.
From our cost to the MSRP.
Yeah.
Right. So we have to go and give a certain cost off. Now, what it is, it's great for the end user because they save money, but it's also good for us because we gain new clients. We can help them out. And that's what we want to do.
Long-term investment.
But when it comes to the military, they don't have that shit with the fucking end user or specific vendors because it's just like they can charge you whatever the fuck they want.
They know it's
and now we have to buy it because they're telling us to buy it from that fucking vendor. We can't buy it from anywhere else.
When I worked in 99, we had these cables that had these like fat blunt ends.
Yeah,
and they're fucking heavy. And in the winter, they have rubber jackets. In the wintertime, it's fucking impossible to get them together. Some of our employees made a tool that like goes over the blunt ends and then they crank it and it pulls it together. Well, for the first time, and I don't know how long, the company came back and was like, "Hey, how can we make our product better for you?" And they saw the tool and they're like, "What is that?" And they're like, "Well, this is what we use this for." And they're like, "That's ingenious. You guys did good fucking work." They changed the shape of the fucking cable head so our tool doesn't work. And now they make a proprietary tool for it to do the exact same fucking job. And it's $5,500.
It's frustrating.
Ours was made with scrap metal by the fucking welding code.
It's very frustrating. It's very frustrating. And there's nothing you can do about it. So what it is what sucks is when you mature in your military career and when you mature whether
it's not required, right?
But shut up for a second. Okay. Let me finish my point before you fucking dickhead. When you mature in your military career, when you've been in long enough and you mature as a sailor, soldier, Marine, airman, whatever it is, when you start seeing this shit, it gets very frustrating. Because then you start going, our government is spending pointless money. Just pointless money. And then you start thinking about, I fucking pay taxes. Technically, I'm paying for some of this shit. Like, what the fuck?
Every time one of my coworkers
is so
like, I want to
annoying.
Do this, I'm like, do
it's
it.
So
That's
annoying.
Yours. That's your equipment. That's your tool. You take it. You do it. I don't give a fuck if you break it. You pay taxes. And God fucking forbid anything cross a radiological boundary. All of a sudden, $100 tools are now consumable.
Yeah.
Fucking miserable.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid. But so, dude, are you had a drill weekend?
I did. I had drill today. Which is the only reason.
Today? Just today?
Yeah. So I rescheduled all my other stuff to go out to California and do some other shit. But I run the Sailor 360 program at my reserve center, and I want my sailors to have quality leadership and to actually learn something. So I reschedule Saturdays so I can go down and teach these classes. So today we talked about like how to stay competitive in your eval and like what that really means. We talked about, your leadership tells you like, oh, you should volunteer and do this, that, or the other. And like, okay, well, they're not really clear about, they don't have any ideas because they don't do it.
Yeah.
But, people look at like, oh, volunteering, they must mean, well, I don't know what they mean. And I was like, well, listen, do you have kids? Do your kids play sports? Do you participate in those? Go out and do you coach? Good morning, Jeannie. The sun is still up. Do you coach? Do you provide food and snacks for games? Do you help with fields and things like that? That's all volunteer time. Do you, feed the homeless? Do you donate to food pantries and shelters? Do you provide, services at
hand out candy at fucking Halloween for kids in the community? It doesn't fucking matter. Anything
absolutely
that you do,
volunteering is volunteering. Like, for a big one is church. A lot of people are very religious. Anything you do at your church is can be that's community involvement.
If you do the breakfast before service or the fucking lunch after service, there's so many things people need to think outside the box.
They do pantry things. They do yard sales. They stock this. That's all community involvement, and the people don't think about that because their leadership, who's barely qualified to be in charge, can't really think of a good example to give them.
But
So I
also
go
to them, it's not really volunteering at that point too, which you got to get them to
Yeah.
think outside the box because they're like, oh, we just do this because it's our community. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, what did you just say?
Or like,
You're what?
yeah.
You're what? Like you
Yeah.
have to get them to realize. Yeah.
Well,
No, I
and
get
we
what you're
talked
saying.
about, because I'm a firm believer that the first thing on your eval. So let me back up a little bit. If E5 or below, your job is to do your fucking job. That's
Yes.
what I want to see on your eval. I want to see you doing your fucking job.
Yeah. 100%.
First year you are eligible to be an E6. I will begin to care a little bit more that you're taking care of other people. But I want to know that you know how to do your job first.
Yes.
Because that is what you get paid for. You do
Yes.
not get paid to be the urinalysis coordinator or the laundry PO
No.
or on the rec committee or any other dumbass collateral. I'm not saying there aren't some important collateral duties, but it is of the utmost importance that you be good at your primary job first. So we had that discussion.
Yeah.
And then,
100%.
stuff like, if I don't know what, and this is of course from the reserve side, right? So it's a little bit different perspective. But on the reserve side of the house, people who work in the first responder community, they firmly believe that's what they're going to do forever, as if life doesn't have a vote on whether or not that's going to be the case. So I've told a bunch of people, I'm like, hey, listen, maybe you should pursue a degree or a certificate or a license or a qual in something that way. Like, I don't know, maybe you fall off a truck and break your back and now you're no longer a firefighter. Maybe some meth head, fucking gets you in the arm while you're in the back of the ambulance. And now there's certain things that you can't do anymore. Do you have a backup plan? And so the reserve now has reserve TA, tuition assistance. And I'm like, you guys don't have to go get a traditional degree. As a matter of fact, MIT offers a certification in piracy if you take fencing, pistols, sailing, and something else. And I don't remember what it is. But you take those 4 classes as PE and you can get a license in piracy. You got to think outside the box. You can't just be, don't just think, oh, I don't want to go to get a 4-year degree. I don't want you to get a 4-year degree if that's not what you want, but you could pay for Lean Six Sigma if you work in admin. You could go use TA to
Which
get.
is so beneficial. It's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
If you don't have Lean Six Sigma on your fucking resume and you had the opportunity to fucking do it, you failed yourself.
You can get,
have failed yourself.
You can get a master's certificate in Excel, which is fucking insane.
When you look at like the other things too, like US Maps. Do they still do that?
So they do still do US Maps, but we were having a conversation at work that no one knows anyone who's ever benefited from US Maps.
I have, actually.
Okay, well, there's one.
So I mean, it's just because I got my security specialist.
I think that's different. Yeah. Well, that's not different. That's you as a master at arms. You had something in there that the Navy was like prepared for. These guys, like, I have GSMs,
police officer, government one, and security specialist. It just
I have like GSMs, engine mates or whatever they are, bosun's mates, enginemen, I think. Yeah,
it's engineman ENs.
I have ENs, EMs, GSMs, bosun's mates, and a bunch of other people. They're like, there's nothing really beneficial in US Map. There isn't something in US Map for everyone. Like, I don't know if most people are like, oh man,
what you should do is, I think my biggest piece of advice was that when I did command career counselor was do the US Maps, even if it's not that, just to have it, because it comes from the Department of Labor, and it's once you do it,
it's
forever. You never have to recertify, and they actually send you a nice, like, diploma style fucking certificate. Like, it's just do it, because the way I look at it is, it's an extra little piece of. So this is the whole college thing. Was it that fucking show with Sylvester Stallone? There was a line that he did. He goes, "Look, when people are hiring you, they don't care what fucking degree you have.
No,
they just want to see that you committed yourself to 4 years to accomplish something."
Yeah, that's exactly right.
The US Map, some of those certs are like 4,000 to 8,000 hours.
Yeah,
you just do it, and you put that on your resume.
I'm looking at mine. I'm looking at mine as a builder, right? And so I'm not saying some of these aren't relevant.
Only a cartographer is a master, but otherwise not so much. But okay, fair enough. Anyway,
so on here I have technical security specialist. You need 6,000 hours, and it's basically like installing mega security systems. We have a 9-month school in DC. A battalion has to have like 1 or 2 people, I think. It's fucking tough to go to. Your billet has to be rated for it. It's a tough fucking school.
Yeah.
But as a builder, the first fucking thing on the top of this list is cement mason. Am I fucking retiring after 20 years and going and being a fucking cement mason? That's what you have for me? Oh,
yeah.
I could be a computer operator, as if in the last 20 years I never used one.
I got that one too. I actually have that one. Yeah. I just did it just to be funny. I'm like,
I could be a construction carpenter. In here.
Yeah.
Bitch, if I'm fucking 38, my back ain't got the time for that. There ain't no cartilage in my knees anymore. I'm not doing that.
That's not the point of it, man. That's not the point.
Is to help you when, like, it's to help you get when you get out. These don't help you when you get out. These help you while you're in. But guess what? You should already. They could, but if I'm retiring after 20 years and I only recently get my U.S. map in being a cement mason, what am I doing?
Facts, Nicole.
They need to do better. And it's not to say this isn't like a strong foundation. It's not to say this isn't a strong foundation, but you have to be realistic. Yeah. I'm not getting out of the Navy at 38 years and staying in the direct labor field of construction.
No, I would hope you don't.
Well, let's go to MA real quick and see what they expect you to do.
Yeah, go to the MA one. It's different. It might be different from when I got out.
Armed security guard, computer operator, correction officer, investigator. That's a good one.
Correction officer too. That's a good one.
Correction officer, working dog handler. Those are feasible to do at the end of a 20-year.
Oh yeah, keep going. Is that all of them?
But then there's police officer 1 for government service. Those are good.
Which actually, what that one actually helps you if you're going back into a DOD capacity. So that's actually really good.
Absolutely.
That can actually bump your pay up.
What's the bosun's mate one? One of the trades I think is one of the most worthless.
20 years and no degree, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking genie. I fucking love you.
Canvas. So check it out for bosun's mate.
Sometimes it's not feasible. It's right.
Bosun's mate, they have canvas worker, deckhand, motorboat operator, and rigger.
A motorboat son of a bitch.
Motorboat son of a bitch. Every bosun's mate should get on here and become a motorboat son of a bitch.
Motorboat son of a bitch. Look, I got a certificate. Fucking great.
These are not fucking trades after 20 years of being a fucking bosun's mate. These are not careers.
Go to signalman's not a thing. Go to quartermaster. Let's see what quartermaster is.
Less here than there was for bosun's mate. Computer operator, deckhand, and motorboat operator.
Another motorboat son of a bitch.
Even legalman, 20-year legalman career. If you go to US Map, they'll give you a certificate in admin services manager, computer operator, legal secretary.
So the admin service manager could actually probably help you out with an HR job, which pay pretty decent depending on where you go. So that's one that is possible.
Legal secretary. Paralegal. Paralegal's pretty good.
They pay good.
That one's not bad.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
What they have here for special warfare operator.
Murderer.
Armed security, computer operator, and radio operator / maintainer. Good to know that the tip of the fucking spear can get out and they can operate a fucking radio if they want.
Thanks, SEALs.
Yeah, seriously.
What the fuck?
Damn, Utilityman has got some good stuff on here, but it's all labor. It's all labor. They just think that as enlisted people,
since it's the Department of Labor, that's probably where they're fucking gearing it towards.
I want to say this. I don't know how true this number still is, but I remember at one point in time, it was less. It was like 1.2% of people who ever join the military retire.
I'm glad I'm in that club.
It's a low number, right? It's a low number. So if you're doing your DP map and you're getting out after 6 years, sure, some of these are good for you. As a utilityman, hydroelectric, machinery mechanic, industrial maintenance mechanic, pipe fitter, plumber.
Go to GS. What's GSE?
Some of those are fucking good. But if you
I'm curious because that was my first
computer, electric motor repair, electrician, fiber tech, Gauger. It's probably Gauger. Hydroelectric machinery mechanics, power plant operator. All right, power plant operator is pretty good. But if you're doing 20 years, this isn't really. Genie's retiring.
Is that your retirement ceremony, Genie?
July 22.
Where the fuck's that taking place?
Fucking
Why?
mine it.
Why the fuck
Thank
did we
you.
not get an invite?
You know what I'm saying? We could have DJ'd.
You know what we need to do?
DJ her retirement.
First off, that'd be amazing. Me as a
Yeah.
DJ? Are you fucking kidding me? Here comes fucking Fat Sal on the ones and twos.
Fat Sal, that motorboating son of a bitch.
That motorboat son of a bitch. But no, dude, if we can get her, we should give her a temp login for our StreamYard and stream her fucking retirement ceremony to the fucking show.
Oh, you've had worse ideas.
Yeah, I have.
That's pretty good.
I have some
I like
pretty
that.
shit.
We'll have to talk to her about that.
We'll see if she fucking. We could hook her up.
I'm just saying.
Jeannie, so I decided 3 weeks ago, and no one wants to come to Minot.
It's Minot.
Minot.
Heathen.
Minot.
No one wants to come to Minot.
I'm trying to say it like a Canadian because it's fucking close enough. Like,
Minot.
Minot, Idaho.
Yeah. Anyway, US map. If you're doing 6 years and you're gonna stay in labor, sure, maybe there's something for you. But retiring US map probably doesn't really help you.
We'll hook it up, Jeannie.
That's all I have to say about that.
Yo, that would be tits. We're gonna hook it up, Jeannie. If you all you gotta do is just fucking we gotta hook your
We'll
phone
figure it
up.
out. We'll figure it out.
We gotta do it. I think that'd be pretty cool. Jeannie, for those that are just listening or just watching us, because we got some people watching us on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook. For those just watching, we've been doing this for years now. On and off. We took a break because Hugh and I were just trying to figure shit out. We've kind of got back to our roots, which I
was in the motherland, cradle of civilization.
Yeah, I mean, well, you were on deployment, so everyone knew that. But we got back to our roots where it was just you and I, and just really getting back to the fucking core of the fucking show on like what we really started doing this for was share stories. You know what I mean? Just have an unedited, raw, really fucking show. And Jeannie's been one of those that's been there with us since day one. So she's near and dear to our hearts. She's a good friend of ours. So anything we can do to help Jeannie out, we always try to do because she's a fucking kick-ass human being.
Indubitably.
And if anyone says anything different, they can fucking come talk to me and I'll put them through a fucking wall. Yeah, anyway. Sorry, I'm really hyped up. I had a good day at the range today, dude. Like, I'm just fucking shit. When you throw fun,
it's just nice to know, like after a certain number of years, that you still can put a round up a tick's ass at 300 yards with iron sight.
Fuck, bro, dude, I had such a fucking tight. So I went with my buddy I went with my daughter's friend, her friend's father, and he's just getting into weapons. He's non-military, just super fucking patriot, right? But he's like just got his concealed carry permit, which I'm super proud of him for doing that shit. We love you too, Jeannie, very much. And he's like, dude, we got to go to the range. I want to see how you shoot. Because remember, I was an RSO, and I used to do fucking weapons training as being an MA. So anyway, I get up there. I got my SIG 365, just fucking in there. And the way the target was, we were using the fucking IDPA targets. So center mass is just like a white rectangle, and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking target the top right corner of the fucking center mass rectangle. And I blew a hole like the size of a fucking through the target, like the size of a baseball. Nice. And he was like, how the fuck did you do that, man? His shit was like, it was group good, but I like literally just took out a fucking
tell
chunk.
he's just starting out.
But I'm like, bro, I've been shooting for fucking since 98. You know what I mean? Like, I've been
high to a grasshopper.
He was like, can you teach me how to do that? I was like, stop. It's not as impressive as you think it is. I'm like, I understand.
He's like, my pants just got a little tighter.
Yeah, he was like, oh god, I gotta get better jeans. But also, it was like a huge ego boost for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so just to know that you still got it. People are like, oh yeah, I know. When you start working out again, it's all muscle memory. Like,
look at this fat Italian fuck up here.
Muscle. This is my muscle memory,
bro.
Right
said the same thing. I'm like, this is just muscle memory, man. I'm like, if I don't ride a bike for 15 fucking years, I can get on a bike and still ride a bike.
Yeah,
it's the same thing with a gun. Just you fucking sight in, you pat, fucking good day, have fun. But it was funny because the RSOs at the first off 1 point range in fucking Raleigh. Amazing. If they happen to see this, I'm gonna tag them.
Free shit.
There's facts. Just the level of professionalism and respect for people that just want to learn. So they have this to go there and just, hey, I want to learn about weapons and I want to be able to protect my family, protect my home. Yeah. These guys do it right. They're
Nice.
just consummate professionals. It's
I love
when
getting to call someone a consummate professional. That's such
bro,
a great accolade to place on someone.
it really is. It really is, and I am 100% on board with you with that. But you know how it is walking into a range. You always have that fucking macho ego shit that's kind of just in the air from the people that work there. You know what I mean? You didn't feel that. Super relaxed place, just super professional. Like you walked in,
dude.
no one was judgy. I feel like when you go to certain ranges, people there's like that judginess, like you have those fucking experts or whatever, and then not there. They're just like, hey, what are you guys here for today? Be like, oh, my buddy I went with, he's a member because they have like a monthly membership and you can bring someone for free. So you pay a monthly fee. You can go every day for an hour and then bring a guest for free. So he's like, oh no, I'm a member. Here's my thing. And they asked me, like, did you do the online waiver? I'm like, yeah. They're like, have you shot before? And I just told them, I said, yeah, I'm retired military. They're like, oh. They went, you're good. That's what they said. They went, you're good. So it was just really cool. They're like, hey, you guys are you're at lane 18. Go have at it. The lane's actually clear now, about 10 minutes before your start time. Just go out there now if you want to. So we got an extra 10 minutes. 10 minutes on range time is huge. You know what I mean? Huge. So we spent an hour and 10 minutes just we threw over 1,000 rounds down range.
Shit, yeah, dude.
Dude, it was just a good fuck. The way they do the targets now is they have a camera on top of the target. So when it's going out, you got 3, 5, 7, 10, 25 yards. And the camera, every shot you take, you can see where it hit. It shows you on the fucking screen right next to you. So I'm fucking sitting there shooting with my new SIG. I haven't fucking thrown rounds through it yet. And I'm fucking sitting there, pat, pat, pat. And then I'm looking at the target. Literally all I did was this. I went, oh, okay. Back up on target. And I'm like, this is fucking great. The technology.
It's come a long way from some dude just yelling over your shoulder.
But this range has the capability to take 50 cal rounds indoor full auto. Great range.
Man, thank God I'm on the show with you because there's a joke there about so does your mom. I'm going to hold my tongue, though, because your mother's a saint.
What? Say that again. Say that shit again.
This range is capable of taking 50 cal rounds down the range. There's a joke in there about so does your mom, but your mother's a saint, so I won't say it.
Okay, good talk. Good talk. Wise choice. Yeah, Jeannie, 50 cal. I was talking to the RSOs there. They said they could take up to 50 cal rounds. So I thought that was pretty impressive for an indoor range. That's pretty good. You have to have special certifications and you have to have special fucking shit on the back end of the range for you to be able to do that. So it was pretty cool. It was a good place. And to be in downtown Raleigh, which is hit or miss, was pretty cool. So like I told you in the green room, next time you're here, we're going to fucking dip over there real quick, spend an hour, throw some rounds.
A lot guns.
Yes. And dude, you can rent. I'll send you the link.
Yeah, send me the link. I'll look into it.
Yeah, you can rent some fucking great fucking firearms. So what I like too is I'm a big SIG guy. So they're SIG heavy over there. That's just me though. But kind of switched once I got out of the military. I was a Glock. I was kind of stuck on Glocks for a while, and then I realized I'm like, oh, there's other.
You were stuck on cocks for a while.
Facts, exactly. Yeah. Just fucking huge, massive black cocks.
They can name a team that.
You fucking stuttered, you fucking asshole. You fucking stuttered, dickhead. But no, it was fun. So it was a good day. It kind of goes back to the whole therapy thing. You know, you got to get out and do shit every once in a while, and it was fun. But yeah, so yeah, we're gonna wrap this shit up. I don't know. We're just not really keeping the schedule this time. We're just fucking winging it. You know, we'll just be back when we're back. And
YOLO, like the kids used to say.
You know, honestly, Hugh and I
till they YOLO'd too hard. I think.
Yeah.
I don't hear that anymore.
You know what? I'm wearing a YOLO hat next time we're on here. This is gonna be fun.
Sorry. Last little thing. I had to go get safety boots picked out, so I did that yesterday. And I saw one of the fishing gear Huck HUK. I looked at that and I was like, man, I should get one of those and have Tua in grit stitched at like an angle.
You need to get the fuck on TikTok because they're selling those hats already, bro.
No, I'm done. Never mind. I don't want it anymore.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're not really keeping a schedule. Hugh and I just really came to the realization that we have fucking lives, and we're gonna try to be on here. Fucking Nicole, do it. Get that. Where I'll get him that, Nicole. That we have lives, and then we're just going to be on here when we can. We really love doing this show. We got to, for the people that do watch us, we love you guys very much. We have a lot of long-term dedicated listeners and viewers that have been with us, but also our new logo, which we did 2 episodes ago.
I think so.
Yep. Find us on Spotify. Go give us a follow. There's 2 Liberty Risk podcasts on there. There's an old one that looks like an eagle logo. Fuck that thing. Fuck all of that. Fuck that whole fucking existence of that whole fucking logo. It can suck fat cocks. Anyway, the new logo is in beer we trust, because why not? You know? We're fucking former sailor, active sailor. Anyway, go find us on Spotify. Please give us a follow. Give us a rating. It's going to mean a lot to us. We're going to be putting our stuff on there. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitch. We just started streaming to Twitch today, and we got some viewers on Twitch that have been actually with us this whole entire episode from start to finish. So we appreciate you guys very, very much.
Thanks, homies.
So subscribe to us on all those platforms. We're going to be on Rumble here soon.
And
then I want to give it
like
wrestling and kind of gay. Rumble, RUMBLE. Okay.
At least there's an E.
Yes. But shout out to the guys over at DV Radio. They're just awesome over there too. And they gave me that idea for Rumble. So we're going to fucking take advantage of that shit. So, yeah, we'll be back when we're back. And if you guys subscribe to everything I just talked about, you'll be able to get notifications on our next live and stuff like that. I'm only going to post it about an hour before we go live. So you got to really fucking pay attention to it, because we're not doing this. Was it we used to do
when we start doing it a little bit more, we'll start scheduling.
We'll post it a little bit better, but we're just
yeah.
Hugh and I just got shit going on, and we're enjoying life, and we got work and all this other stuff, but we're still passionate about this. So we'll see you guys next time. All right, y'all have a good night.